now. Hello, hello, hello. Right, so that's better, isn't it? So unfortunately, this phone that I'm on now, the microphone's a bit intermittently working. I don't know what it is. The speaker's gone a bit duff on it, and that's why you couldn't hear me. And then I turned my mics on that I've got, and I didn't have the transmitter plugged into the phone, so that's why you didn't hear me. And then eventually I worked that out, and then this one seems to be working. I don't know how long it's going to work. We've got the green lights on. I've got another mic. I've put it on charge. So if one goes down, we can swap it over with the other one. So hello everyone. Sorry about that. Bit of a technical problem there. So we was going to talk about holidays. I was going to show some viewers where I look for a bargain when I book my holidays. I don't think YouTubers normally show you where they book holidays, do they? I think Scotsman Kevin might have shown people or told people where he books flights and that, but I'm not sure if anyone else has. So I thought I'd have a go and show you how I book my holidays. So as you know, I like to book holidays on a budget. I don't go for the top of the shop. I don't go for the 5-star, 4-star. I look for 2-star, 3-star, maybe a 4-star if you're lucky. And it depends. Sometimes I go away with someone, sometimes I go on my own. So if I go on my own, I always book my flights and accommodations separate. John's tight. Don't be rude. And if I'm going with someone, then I'll book a more expensive place and then go halves with someone. Sometimes I might treat someone if I'm being generous, but that's quite rare. So where do I normally book then? So I like to fly from Gatwick, and sometimes I go from Luton Airport. The problem with Luton Airport, it's obviously further away from Brighton, and to get to Luton, you've either got to get a lift from someone, a coach, which takes, you got to get 2 coaches from Brighton. You can't go direct, and or you got to get a train. You can get the Thames Link, which is quite good because it's direct. Well, I say direct, it goes to Luton and then you have to get off and go on this monorail to Luton Airport, but it only takes like 5 minutes more. Right. So, why slum it, Roger says. Well, it depends how I feel, you know. I mean, I have been in a couple of nice hotels, haven't I? I stayed in the Mediterranean Hotel. That was a good hotel. That was when was that? Just over a year ago now, wasn't it? 16 months ago. And then the December just gone, I stayed in the Oro Negro. So that was a nice hotel. That was better than I thought it was going to be. So I can't moan at that. And we went half board. So we had a breakfast and we had breakfast and we had their evening meal there. And then we went out in the day and then we ate out if we wanted to eat, you know, like get snacks or another meal. It's a bit pointless having, you know, unless you want to be like the people on the TV series Benidorm, just stay in the hotel for a week and never go out the hotel, then obviously you'd go all inclusive because then you can just everything you buy, well, not everything you buy, everything you eat and drink would be included in the price, wouldn't it? But the minute you walk out the hotel, then obviously you've got to pay. So the problem with staying in a hotel all the time, you're not going to see any of the attractions, are you? You're not going to see any restaurants. You're not going to see the sights. You're not going to. I mean, if anything, it'd be a bit boring, wouldn't it? So I can't say I've ever done that on a holiday, stay in a hotel all the time. Has anyone ever just? Has anyone gone on holiday and just stayed in a hotel, all inclusive, and never walked out the door while they was there? I mean, that would be a bit crazy, wouldn't it? But I'm sure some people do. I bet some people don't go out the door. Or if they do, they only go out briefly. When I go, he does go up a few stars. Oh, well, there you go. See, I'm not that bad. Right. Hello. So, hello, everyone. If I haven't said hello to you, we've got 20 in the room. Hello, Roger, Dave Trigger, Denise. I saw Anne Marie on there. Hello, Anne Marie. Steve H. Pointless channel, real. Rangers or Celtic? Or I think I'll be a Rangers man. Omar Spear. I don't live in London, no. Hello, Ruth. So does the sound okay? It sounds okay on the TV. Right, so I can adjust the mic volume. So there you go. I turned it down. It was a lot louder, wasn't it, when I first went live? God, I look a bit rough on camera today, don't I? Why do I look rough? I need a shave. Sorry about that, guys. It's the light. It's the light shining down on me, you see. In some ways, it's dearer to go self-catering. Well, it's all down to what sort of holiday you want, isn't it? I mean, if you was in all inclusive and you stay in a hotel and you don't go out, you can just you can eat all the food and drink at the hotel, haven't you? You know you're not going to spend any more money, and if you do spend a bit more money, it's only going to be a little bit more, isn't it? The minute you go out and then you eat out a lot, then obviously you're going to pay a lot more, and but you know, you might want a relaxing holiday. You might want it where you don't do sightseeing and excursions and walking around different pubs and restaurants. You know, you might just want to, if it's nice weather, you might just want to sit on a sunbed all day by the pool, do some of the activities that the hotel do. They do like games and that competitions, don't they? Some of these hotels, and they've got entertainment in the evening. They have singers in and magicians and things like that, comedians. So you get to watch you know, you've got entertainment there, and then they've got afternoon snacks, and you've got lunch, you've got breakfast, you've got your evening meals. You know, you've got some have gyms, some have a sauna. So, you know, there's quite a lot of things to do in a hotel, in some of these hotels, if you get a nice one. And or you could just go out and get some beer in a supermarket or a shop, you know. That would keep the cost down, wouldn't it? It's cheaper to buy like a box of beers, take them back to your hotel, put them in the fridge, and take some down to the pool or something if you're on the sunbed all day, sunbathing. So you could do that, couldn't you? You can be on your phone by the pool. You can go swimming, can't you? You can play card games or whatever, chat to people. So you know, there is quite a lot you can do really if you don't want to go out in a hotel. Or the other option is obviously you spend a bit of time in the hotel and a bit of the time out of the hotel, innit? Or if you just got a self catering hotel, so just like a room only, no breakfast, no lunch, no dinner, then obviously you go out to eat all day, don't you? Plus maybe go out and do some excursions and walking around or whatever. Um, so every holiday is different, isn't it? What's disgusting? Someone's put a comment up. Someone doesn't like Moretti. Oh dear. Sod paying that, he says. €5. That's cheap. That's cheap for a top quality beer. I put a little short video up of a Moretti and it was €5 in Benidorm. Now, €5, if you used to buy that in England, you'd be paying £7, £8, maybe £6 if you're lucky. €5 is not £5, so it's probably about 4.50, £4, isn't it? So if you're getting a Moretti for 4.50, or say €5, you can't really moan at that, can you? That's a top quality beer. So that's why I did that video, because I thought, €5, you can't really moan at that. Once you've been to see the attractions, you don't go back. Yeah, I mean, that's another thing. If you go somewhere a lot, say like Tenerife, if you've done all the sites, if you've done all the excursions and there's no new ones to do, then obviously you don't need to do that anymore, do you? Or you only do like a new one, or you just do one when you fancy doing one. Hello, little Joe. Right, anyway, we'll forget about talking about hotels now. So, right, so when I go on holiday then, the first thing I'll decide is, where do I want to go? Let's turn that sound down because it's a bit annoying. So, so just as an example, so if you lived in Newcastle, you'd go from Newcastle, wouldn't you? If you lived in Leeds, you go from Leeds. If you live in Ireland, you go from Ireland. If you live in Scotland, you go from Scotland. And then obviously if you live down south like me, you've got, what have you got? You've got your London airport, Stansted, Luton, Heathrow, Gatwick, London City, and then you've got Bournemouth along the road and Bristol down the west. So, and if you're in the Midlands, you got, what have you got? Birmingham, East Midlands. If you're a bit higher up, you got Liverpool, Manchester, Newcastle. So there's airports all over the place, aren't there? Anyway, so what I do, the first thing I do, I decide where I want to go. So let's just write down as an example, Tenerife. I want to go to Tenerife, yeah? So I write down where I want to go on a bit of paper. And then, who's your favourite person to go away with? I don't mind who I go with, as long as I get on with them and they're a laugh and they're not going to be annoying or cause big problems. I don't mind who I go away with. If I normally go away with someone, I like to share a hotel with them. So, if you've got if it's like one room in the hotel, then you get two single beds, don't you? If you've got a girlfriend, then obviously you have a double bed, don't you? A double bed. Right, so let's say I want to go to Tenerife, right? So the first thing I do is the websites I use. If I'm going with someone, I like to go on Love Holidays. Love Holidays is a good place to book a holiday. The good thing about Love Holidays, it's the flights, the hotel. Sometimes it's the transfers, sometimes it's not the transfers. You've got different options. You can either book a transfer or do it yourself. You can change your hand luggage and all that. If you want to go with an under seat on a budget, you can do that. If you want to have a cabin bag as well, you can do that. If you want suitcases in the hold, you can do all that. Um, you set your budget. You set your budget, don't you? How much you want to spend. So, I mean, a hotel. What we looking roughly, depending on what time of year you go. If you go in the winter, you could probably get a bargain from sort of 250, £400 upwards, up to probably I don't know 1500, depending what you want to spend. Um, on the lower range prices, that would probably each per person. But if you was spending 1500 quid, you'd probably get two people for that price. Um, Obviously, there's loads and loads and loads of companies to book holidays with. It's not just Love Holidays. You know, you've got all your airlines. They do holidays, don't they? EasyJet do holidays. Jet2 do them. TUI do them. British Airways, Aer Lingus. You know, all the top airlines do their own holidays, and then you've got all the companies, haven't you? There's loads of different companies. The three companies I use is Love Holidays, eDreams, and Trip.com and Booking.com. They're the four main ones I use. But now that Jet2 go from Gatwick, I might in the future book a holiday with Jet2, like the hotel and the flights. EasyJet, I've never done a holiday with them yet. Roger paid £2,170 for a month. Wow, each person. Is that all inclusive? What is that, Roger? Is that all inclusive? Is that just self catering? Is it half board? Breakfast only? What are you paying? That's nice, John. I'm obviously not your favourite person to go away with. Of course you are. I'm just trying to say, you know, I go away with different people. That's all. Roger says all inclusive, right? But Denise, you have said that you might not be able to go away anymore. So if you can't go away anymore, then I have to go away with other people, won't I? But if you can go away, then obviously I don't mind going away with you if you want to, but obviously it's in your hands, that situation. Otherwise, it would have to be holidays in the UK, wouldn't it? If you were saying to me you can't go on a plane anymore, you can't fly. If you can't fly, then um, you're limited, aren't you? Could you go on a cruise? Could you go on a cruise abroad? You could probably do a cruise, couldn't you, Denise? So Roger goes all inclusive. That's a bargain. That's a long time, isn't it? £2,000. So what's that? £500 a month then, Roger? £500 a month for a week, rather. £500 a month. £500 a week for a month. So that's 2 grand. So that's all inclusive. That's not bad, is it? At least you know that's everything. Uh, Super camouflage costs ristus. Mate, I'll sob. Okay, thank you. Where you from? Super camouflage. That is a very good deal, Roger. So where do you book your holidays? Where do you book them? Is it? I think you go on Jet2, didn't you? You go on Jet2, Roger, or did you try any other companies? TUI do good deals, don't they? TUI, that's another airline, isn't it? I can't remember if I mentioned them. TUI, British Airways do good deals. They do sales, don't they? British Airways. They do a winter sale, a spring sale, a summer sale. Buy British. That's it. Buy British. Massacre says yes. I don't like curses. Cruises, you mean? Cruises. Uh, Jet 2, Roger. Jet 2, Roger goes on, right? Fair enough. Well, like I say, years and years ago, when you used to go on holiday, they didn't have all these budget airlines, did they? I remember the very first holiday I went on was in 1977, uh, and we went on a holiday package. My mum booked it all, obviously. It was with a company called Intersun. Who remembers Intersun? Do you remember Intersun? Intersun was like a big tour operator, weren't they, for holidays and that, flights and hotels and holiday packages. But I think they went bust in the end, didn't they? So I went to Lorette de Mar, my first ever holiday, and it was we flew on Down Air London. Who remembers Down Air? And they was quite a big airline, weren't they, back in the day? They flew from Gatwick and I think Manchester, wasn't it? And they did some flights from Luton, apparently. I didn't know that. I was reading up on them the other month. They were a good airline, but eventually they got bought by British Airways, didn't they? British Airways bought them out to get all their slots from Gatwick. And I remember British Airways was very big at one time at Gatwick. They dominated Gatwick big time. I remember I worked at Gatwick in 2005, and when I was there for about 4 years. In the 4 years I was there, they had so many short haul flights. They were massive. They must have gone to nearly every destination you can think of. Um, but then EasyJet came along, didn't they? And then they slowly got bigger and bigger and bigger, and eventually British Airways, they had a budget airline, didn't they? Can't remember what they were called now. What was it called? Go, wasn't it? Go. They had an airline called Go, and I think they started doing flights from Stansted, didn't they? It was like a budget airline, and eventually, I think EasyJet bought them, didn't they? EasyJet bought Go, and because British Airways pulled out of the budget market, didn't they? They didn't want to do it, but eventually they changed back, didn't they, to Euroflyer budget, and they operate at Gatwick, but on a much smaller scale. They only operate. I think they've only got like about, I don't know, 10, 15 planes. And like if you'd have gone back to 2005, they probably had 30, 40 planes at Gatwick. So there's quite a big difference in size. They did long haul flights, British Airways, out of Gatwick back then, 2005. And obviously Virgin did. That's another airline can pick holidays. Virgin Holidays, Virgin Holidays. Don't forget Virgin Holidays. Uh, Ryan, Ryan. Sorry, I'm terrible with names. Ryan Dabdell. Have I ever flown with Jet 2s? No, I haven't. I have done Antalya for the fourth time. You're going to do Antalya for the fourth time in September this year with Jet 2 holidays. Okay, that sounds good then. Fair enough. Everyone's got their favourite company, haven't they? Airline to go on holiday with. So Denise is going on a holiday with her family to Poole next month in May. A Haven holiday. Okay, that'd be nice. Uh, Roger finds the earlier you book a holiday, the better the deal. I don't know. I'm not so sure about that, Roger, because I find, yeah, if that's one option. If you book in advance, sometimes you get a good deal. It might be the best deal from when you book it up to the date you go. But sometimes companies do lower their prices about 3 to 2 months before the date of the holiday, and then sometimes, if they're not getting all the bookings booked up, if they've got spare spaces, then they do an offer to fill them up. That's what I find. You might not find that, but I find if you look at the beginning, look halfway, and then about 2 or 3 months before the holiday you want to go on, you look for companies offering deals. And when you look on these companies, I said, like Love Holidays, eDreams, Trip.com, Booking.com, and plus other ones, they all seem to, you'll click on a hotel, you'll click on a date and destination where you want to go, and it'll show you the price of what it was, and then it'd be crossed out and it'd be reduced. So say like it was, I don't know, £850, and then like you look on it 3 months before and it might go down to £650. So, you can never tell when you're going to book a hotel holiday for the best price. It changes all the time. So I have to disagree with that, Roger. I only know from experience because I mean, I've looked many times and I've seen prices and I'm going, oh, that's a good deal. And then I've sort of gone, oh, I'll leave it a few months. It might go down. It might go down. And then you look a couple of months later and it goes down. Not always. I can't guarantee they're going to drop the price, but sometimes you do get some deals. I mean, I think I know a lot of people don't like this, but I think one of the best deals I ever got was last year when I booked a holiday to Bulgaria, sunny beach. I just typed it in for a laugh. It was just I had no intention of going there, and I just typed in cheap holidays Europe or whatever in May, and I typed it in, and it came up Bulgaria sunny beach, and I thought, and it said £150, and I went £150. I was going, nah, it can't be. There's got to be a catch. There's got to be a catch, and the only catch was it didn't include the flight or the transfers. But it was all inclusive. It was a hotel, all inclusive in Bulgaria, and it was £150. But I know the other catch was it was because it was in the winter season. It wasn't in the summer season, and I didn't know that because I'd never been there. And the summer season didn't start until June, so basically not everything was open. So until and the other thing I was quite angry about booking to go on that, I saw a YouTuber doing videos of Sunny Beach, and I thought the videos I was watching were literally like a week before, and I thought, wow, it's all open, it's busy, wow, £150. And I made a bit of a boo-boo there, and then when I got there, the weather was nice, but nothing was opening, or it was only just opening up, and I was like, bloody hell, why did I book this holiday? And I was a bit gutted, but luckily, as I was only there a week, and luckily each day more and more stuff opened up, so it wasn't too bad. But when I did go back there again in October, and again because I hadn't been there before, I when I got there after stuff had shut down, it was the opposite. Everything was closing down, and it was the winter season again. So Bulgaria has a very short summer. It's only from June to September. So I paid the price for that one the second time I went there, and I've learnt my mistake. Sometimes you have to learn the hard way when you go to places, or you've got to do a lot of research. So make sure you do a lot of research if you want to go on holiday somewhere. The price you're paying is it the right time to go? Is it the summer season? Is it going to be busy or is it going to be all shut down? You've got to check all these things because some places, you know, they're only open for 4 or 5 months, 6 months. But obviously, somewhere like Tenerife, Tenerife is great because the weather's nice all year round. Or should we say the whole of the Canary Islands, not just Tenerife? That's a bit unfair for the other places. If you go to the Canaries, you get nice weather all round. Obviously, it's hotter in the summer, and in the winter, it's still quite warm, you know, the 20s. Uh, it doesn't rain much. Sometimes it does rain. You know, you can't moan with the Canaries, so that's why I like going to the Canaries because it's a safe bet. Plus, it's popular. Plus, the food and drink is cheap in the Canaries, and some of the holidays are good value as well. So now let's read some of the comments because I'm not reading your comments. Right, hang on, I'm going to go back a bit. Right, let's go back. I've missed loads of comments. 18th of May, Denise is going away. It used to be EasyJet, but EasyJet got too expensive for Turkey. Ryan Dabdu says, I booked on January the 1st, Ryanair. Okay. So Ryanair's cheaper than EasyJet to go to Turkey. Turkey, yeah. Lots of flights getting cancelled at the moment and ruining people's holidays. JJMZ says, yeah, that's the other thing, isn't it? I mean, we'll talk about booking holidays in a minute because I'm getting sidetracked here, but yes, it seems to be becoming more evident every day now that this war in Iran you may not think it's going to cause problems, but I think we're in for a big problem this summer. I reckon a lot of flights are going to get cancelled. The reason why is there is a shortage of aviation fuel getting to the UK. Forget your petrol and your diesel. Aviation fuel is more scarce than petrol and diesel, and I can guarantee you, airlines are going to be cancelling their flights. We could have a massive problem in about the next 2 months if that war doesn't stop in the next month. I can guarantee there's going to be. I reckon it's going to be like COVID. I reckon instead of having a COVID disease, it's going to be a fuel problem, and all the planes won't have any. There won't be any fuel. The planes won't have any. There won't be any fuel at the airports for the planes to refuel in. And if that happens, that means a lot of people's holidays are going to be cancelled. You know, this could be a massive problem in a month's time, 2 months' time. I mean, I know the media lie a lot, but I was watching the news earlier, and this guy reckoned we've only got a month's supply of aviation fuel because we don't buy enough, and we don't stock up. We don't keep enough fuel in reserves in this country as other countries. What country was it now that stocked up the highest? I'm trying to think now. I can't remember now. But the UK is one of the lowest countries that doesn't stock up a lot with aviation fuel. So let's wait and see if that does become a reality, guys, because it could be a big problem. I mean, I'm going away what, in 2 weeks' time? I would say my holiday's pretty safe. Yeah. But then I've got a holiday in June and I've got a holiday in May. In May and June, my holidays might get cancelled. There's no guarantee they're going to go ahead. And if they do get cancelled, I'll be gutted because, you know, I've booked these holidays. I'm looking forward to going on them, and if there's no aviation fuel, if it's running out, then I think a lot of short haul holidays are going to get cancelled. I think what they're going to do, they're going to give the long haul flights the priority, and the emergency planes, you know, like helicopters, air ambulance, maybe medical planes that need to get people from abroad back to England. They're going to get the priority and the long haul flights, and then a lot of the European flights are going to be cancelled. So I don't know if I'm saying this first. Obviously, I did hear it on the news, but be prepared. Be prepared. Your holiday might get cancelled in the next few months if that war doesn't stop and the oil tankers don't get the aviation fuel to England. If they don't get delivered, you know, if there's not enough oil coming in, aviation fuel, we're doomed. Honestly, the airlines might even go bust. Airlines could go bankrupt if they've got to cancel their flights because there's no fuel. Airlines could go under. It could be an absolute massive disaster for hundreds of thousands of people's holidays. So we'll wait and see. We'll wait and see if that does become a reality or if it's just all hyped up rubbish. So we've got to pray and hope that the war they hurry up and end the war, get all this oil moving through to get to the countries and get them aviation fuel. What's it called? Kerosene or something? They need to get all the supplies stocked up, because if they're running out, there's no way people will be able to fly. It's as simple as that. So JJ, yeah, you sort of said about that. Lots of flights getting cancelled, ruining people's holidays. Yeah. Has anyone watching? Has anyone had a holiday cancelled yet? I think another sly tactic some of the airlines are going to do, they're going to cancel flights and then they're going to go, oh, we've got to cancel that flight, but you can go on this flight, but you've got to pay extra. I reckon that could be another cheeky tactic. They're going to add on a fuel surcharge, or they're going to charge you another 50 quid or something for a flight. I reckon that could be the next thing as well. So they just scrapped the Newquay to Gatwick flights, didn't they? The airline said, no, we've had enough. The price of fuel's gone up. We're pulling out. We're not doing it anymore. So that service has stopped now. So I think Ryanair are doing it from Stansted to Newquay, but the Gatwick one stopped. So that's an example, because aviation fuel has gone right up, and I mean it's gone right up. It's gone. The price has gone right up. I do remember years ago. There were some airlines, and when the price of aviation fuel up, it made some airlines go bust. So if they don't go bust, they'll just be cancelling their flights. But if they're not doing any flights, how are they going to survive? They'll be wiped out. So anyway, we talked about flights, right? So I've told you roughly where I book my holidays. EasyJet, Booking.com, Trip.com, eDreams, Ryanair Direct, EasyJet Direct, British Airways. There's TUI, there's Jet2. There's obviously other airlines as well I haven't mentioned. So, you know, obviously you can look at other companies that I haven't mentioned on the internet for holidays. There's hundreds and hundreds of companies out there doing holiday deals and that. I think Thomas Cook still exists, don't they? They went under, but they came back again, didn't they? I think you can book Thomas Cook holidays still, can't you? They started up again, didn't they? It's all online now. So it's a very competitive market, holidays. You know, you've got to shop around and you've got to compare prices with different operators and airlines to find the best deal. That's what I do. I do a lot of searching before I make my final choice. When I find the price is right, the date is right, and the times and all that sort of stuff, then I book it. But if I'm not happy about something, I leave it and I keep looking. I normally book my holidays roughly. Well, it can be anything from, I think the furthest advance holiday I ever booked was 4 months. 4 months. I've booked holidays in August before to go away in December, but I'm not one of these people that book it a year in advance. I've never done that. Normally on average, I book a holiday about 2 months or a month before, because, like you say, you can get good deals. Anyway, let's read some more of the comments. Batman, hello. Uh, Rockley Park, that's where Denise is going. LB PJ, I said you're lucky you live near Gatwick because there's always cheaper flights from there. There is, but not always. Not always. Sometimes there's better deals from Luton. Luton and Bournemouth sometimes offer better deals. The problem with Bournemouth is it's quite away from Brighton. They don't have a train station there, so you've got to get to Bournemouth. You can get to Bournemouth by train. That's not a problem, because I did that um, when I went away with Cole's place. Thankfully, he helped me out and let me stay at his the night, so that was very nice of him. And I got a lift as well with him to the airport from his place, so that was brilliant. You know, you can't really moan at that, can you? But if I'd have gone there by train myself and checked in at a hotel, you know, I probably would have had to get a cab or something to Bournemouth. And you know, taxis are not cheap, are they? They charge what they like. So unless you've got friends or connections that can help you out, and that, it's not always cheap and easy, is it? Sometimes you got to pay for the transport companies, the services, like a train or a coach or taxi or whatever, to get to the airport. But yeah, like you said, LB, I'm quite lucky living in Brighton and Eastbourne, because we've got a train station. Brighton's better because it's nearer Gatwick and it's got coaches that go to Gatwick. Um, I think you've got National Express, you've got Flexi Bus. Is it Flexi Bus? The green ones. They competing with National Express now. So we've got two coach operators going to Gatwick. You've got Thames Link and Southern that go from Brighton Station on the trains. So that's good. But the only problem is, though, when the trains go wrong, if they're doing engineering works or someone's bloody jumped on the track or something, or a cow's on the track or something, then it causes major problems, disruption. I went on a train to go to a football match a few months ago, and we had to divert along the coast to Littlehampton from Brighton to Littlehampton instead of going up the London way, and then it had to cut across to Horsham to Three Bridges, and then up to London that way, and it took like another. I think it took like another hour and a half, so it ended up taking like 3 hours, 3.5 hours to get to London on a train, whereas normally it'd only take an hour. So, you've got to be prepared sometimes for things to not go smoothly, or you've got to have a plan B if plan A is not going right. So we've talked about travel, we've talked about where you can book. I've told you when I book my holidays roughly. If I'm going solo, the other places I haven't mentioned, if I'm going on my own and I don't want to go in a hotel, I look for a room. So booking.com's quite good. Airbnb, Trivago, hotel.com. Not normally one of those 3 or 4 companies is good enough to find you somewhere to stay if you're on a budget, or if you just want a place because you know, a cheaper place because you're going on your own. But obviously, you know, if you're going with your family or partner or, you know, whatever, then you book hotels, don't you, normally? Uh, Ryan Dadoob flies from Stansted. You're going on your 14th visit to Lara Barrett Collection Hotel. Where's that then? I was supposed to go to Cornwall today, Steve H says to Roger. We go to Perranporth, Steve H says. Oh yeah, Perranporth. Perranporth, I've been there. It's good in Perranporth, isn't it? Very nice place, Perranporth. My daughter Kirsty and her partner Sam like going there. In Turkey, it's nicer weather from the end of May to the second week of November. I might write that down there because I don't know that. May to November. Wow. I would have thought it would have, the weather would have finished in September in Turkey, but there you go. Shows you how much I know, doesn't it? So is this mic still working? It's still working. It's doing well, isn't it? Blimey. Dave Trigger, hope everything is okay, Steve. Yeah. You were supposed to go to Cornwall today, but something with your family happened. Okay, well, I hope the family are okay, Steve. Oh, why the shortage though? Steve H says we don't get our fuel from Iran. No, we don't get it from Iran. We get it from. It comes from Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia, and the gas comes from Qatar. They can get the oil tankers going up the other side of Saudi Arabia, and it goes through Egypt up into the Mediterranean and then round Spain and up past Portugal, Bay of Biscay. But it still takes time for the oil to aviation fuel or whatever to get to the UK. But obviously, you know, it doesn't just come from there. It comes, you know, apparently we get gas from America and we get fuel from Norway. We produce our own gas, don't we? And oil. Do we do a bit of oil ourselves? I'm pretty sure we do. So yeah, it's a mixture, isn't it? But obviously, you know, because of the Iran war, it has had an effect on a lot of places. And I was just watching this thing on the news earlier, and it said that aviation fuel is very low. Stocks are very low. Whether that's the truth or fake news, I can't tell you. But if they're telling the truth, then, you know, I think we're going to be in for a dodgy summer traveling. Because it said something about this oil tanker with all this fuel. It left Saudi Arabia and it went up through Egypt, and then it docked off the coast of, where did it? I think it was off Sardinia or Sicily or something. It stopped somewhere, and you know, they said the reason why it stopped for a few days is because they were negotiating with the brokers about buying the fuel. what they were doing, they were delaying getting to the UK because the price was going up and up and up, and because the price was going up and up and up, they knew the company selling the aviation fuel knew they could get more money if they delayed it, and they delayed it, and because of that, the price went up. So it's now cost cost the English more money to get that aviation fuel to the UK. So that might that's another excuse, delaying the deliveries, holding it up. The price is going up. They reckon the price is still going to keep going up. It's not going to go down, guys. Diesel is more shorter than petrol. Diesel is a big problem. Aviation fuel is the worst problem. Petrol is the least problem. So if you've got a petrol car, or if you've got an EV car, you're sort of safe. But if you've got a diesel car, and if you're going on holiday in the summer, we might be struggling. I've only got diesel cars, so I might have to buy another car. I might have to get another car now. I might have to have a petrol car as well, because I'm getting a bit worried about diesel. And bugger if I'm going to pay £3 for a litre of diesel if it keeps going up. I mean, what's it on at the moment? It was on about £192 a litre, wasn't it? So it's probably going to go up to 230, 250, then it'd be 280, wouldn't it? It'd be £3 in no time, won't it? So people with EV cars right now are laughing, aren't they? As long as we don't have any power cuts, EV people are gaining out of this war, aren't they? But it says on the news we're struggling. We're struggling with it. We've got an energy problem. We've got a serious problem with energy supplies in this country. So gas, fuel, petrol, aviation fuel, it's all a big problem apparently. Anyway, we won't talk about that anymore. I think we've covered that enough. So that'd be good, wouldn't it, Steve? If we go on holiday and then we get stuck there, that'd be brilliant because we get a free holiday extension. Sorry, guys, you can't go home on the 10th of whatever. There's no fuel left in the planes, so you've got to stay here until further notice. We'll put you up all inclusive. That'd be cool. We'll upgrade you. We'll upgrade you to a 5-star hotel. There you go. Oh dear. It's scaremongering, Johnny. They want people panicking, Steve H says. Well, it could be, but the thing is, what we don't want is people panic buying. If people start panic buying diesel and fuel, then it's going to cause havoc, because then the garages will run dry quicker, and there's no way that the tankers are going to be filling them up like they are now. I can tell you that now. Trump's trying to end the war, but I don't know. Iran don't want to negotiate with them, apparently, from what I've been seeing on these different channels on the news. There's a very good YouTuber on YouTube. I don't know if you've watched him. I'll tell you his name. I think it's Tory. He seems to get all this information. He's getting information quicker than what the media are getting about the war. It's quite amazing. It's an incredible YouTuber. But there's all these other ones springing up. ET Now, and then you've got all the news channels and the papers, Guardian News, and there's loads of them. But one of the best ones that I've been watching has been Tousi Tousi TV. This guy, I don't know where he's getting the information from. He's obviously got a lot of contacts, and he is getting information through really quick about what's happening in the war. So check his channel out. He's getting hundreds of thousands of views. He's getting loads of people watching his lives. It's incredible. I mean, for example, he did a live earlier, 8 hours ago, 558,000 views. He's done one 4 hours ago, 400,000 views. One yesterday, 900,000 views. So, you know, there's a lot of people watching him. So he's 2C TV. There you go. Look, there's him there. Look, check him out. He's really good. He knows all the information, and I don't think any of it's fake. He's pretty clued up. So you know, he seems to know everything what's going on. Anyway, we won't talk about that anymore. Giving him free publicity. Kerosene is heating oil, not jet fuel. Okay, well, aviation fuel then. Monarch went bust, didn't they? Yeah, a few years ago. Steve H. Watts noodles sometimes. He's still going, is he? Tony, yeah, I'm going there soon. Hayes Travel, yeah. Hayes Travel took over from Thomas Cook. Okay. I'm pretty sure Thomas Cook are still going though, aren't they? Or is it just Hayes Travel now? Ryanair is the cheapest airline, Murray Hopkins says. Bournemouth Airport, too small, Roger says. Steve H thinks Bournemouth Airport is the best. Do you have an email for work? I have a potential sponsorship proposal. Well, it's on my email's on my YouTube channel if you want to have a look. £120 for return journey to Bristol Airport for me, Roger says. Lots of graduate students study in Europe, mostly London, Rome, and Florence. You are close to it though, aren't you, Roger? Steve says. 25 minutes away. Steve's over an hour away. Come to America. Even as an American, I wouldn't. Do you buy travel insurance? Of course. Well, now what I do now, I used to buy single trip travel insurance. Now here's a good tip for you. If you start traveling a lot, don't buy separate travel insurance. Buy annual insurance. Annual travel insurance is cheaper than buying lots of single travel insurance. So there you go. There's another tip. You know, you can pay about £15-20 for each travel trip, whereas an annual one, I just recently renewed a European one, so that means anywhere in Europe I'm covered for a year. It costs me £30. £30 for a year. So if I go 10, 12 times in a year, it's going to be cheaper to pay an annual travel insurance than it is to keep buying all these separate single ones. Or if you're doing a lot of, you know, you might not be going on holiday. You might be like traveling for business or something. Maybe you can get like a business one. I would imagine it's. I'm clearly an Australian pretending to be English. No, I'm definitely English. I'm definitely not Australian. Good day there, man. With the amber nectar, baby. I just come from Brisbane. No, I'm definitely English. I can assure you I'm English. Maybe I've got a bit of an Aussie accent. Have I got an Aussie accent? Maybe it's the Southern accent. Google Chrome. Hi, Johnny, I've had a bad day. Why have you had a bad day? Murray Hopkins. Luton Palmer, 12 quid. Alicante is only 15 quid. Wow. Yeah, there you go. I did say Luton do cheap flights, didn't I? Yeah, Luton Airport's a good airport. I do like Luton Airport. The only problem with Luton Airport is it's to get a train there. The, on average, the fare costs £40. £40 one way, but sometimes you can get a deal for 13, £14. They tend to be the later trains in the day. So if you've got an early morning flight, what I've done a couple of times, I buy a cheap rail ticket and I get there about 11, half 11 at night, and then I just doss around in the bit before you go through security, the entrance bit, which is where people come out of arrivals and go into security. You've got like a few shops and restaurants there, so you can just sit down and chill out there to about 4 in the morning, and then you can go in. Well, no, it's before that now. They've made you go in earlier now. I think you can go in there about 3:30 now, 3:30, maybe 3:15. They open it up and you can go in, and but they only let so many people go in depending what time your flight is. So all the early ones can go in first, because it comes up on the screen, um, go now or something, time to enter, or it says something on the screen, something stupid, and you sort of go, yes, I can get in now, I can go and have a breakfast, I can have a nice breakfast, and then get robbed about 25 quid. You have to pay the price, unfortunately, at airports for breakfasts and that, but they are nice, some of them. In June, not bad. I thought air gas comes from France, Steve H says. Am I playing card games? No card games tonight. Hello, Jenny Fong. I'm miles behind on these comments. Right, get electric car, Johnny, J Trigger says. I don't like EVs, but yeah, you might have a point there. If things don't get any better, that will be the only alternative, won't it? An EV car. Used cars are stupidly expensive now, Steve H says. Yeah, I must admit, some well, I don't know, you do still see some bargain cars for sale on the internet. You just got to find them. Anyway, we was here to talk about holidays, weren't we? How do I book and all that? So what have I covered? I've covered, I'm only working on around the southeast corner of England, really. But, if you live wherever you live, it's the same sort of thing, isn't it? You just find the trains or coaches or taxis or whatever that go to the airport near where you live, whether it's in Scotland, Wales, Cornwall, Midlands, north of England, or whatever. It's the same sort of thing, isn't it? I find with the north, though, it tends to be a lot of the budget airlines, isn't it? You've got your Ryanair, your Jet2. Ryanair and Jet2 are very popular, aren't they, in the north of England, I've noticed, and Scotland. Stansted they operate out of, don't they? And they've just started Gatwick. They do Luton flights as well now, Jet2. And Bristol, don't they? Is it Bristol? Anyway, we talked about that already, so we'll forget that. Right, so I did try to book a holiday the other day, didn't I? And it didn't sort of happen because I didn't have all the right apps on my phone. So I'm using my main phone today. This is my main phone that's got all the apps that I use. So they're all the ones I use there. You've got your Skyscanner, Jet2, Booking.com, Ryanair, EasyJet, Trip.com, eDreams, Love Holidays. So there's 8 apps there. Airbnb is another one that's not on here, and Wizz Air. Wizz Air I fly on as well. I haven't mentioned Wizz Air yet. Wizz Air do good deals as well, so check out Wizz Air. I have been on some good deals with Wizz Air. I went to Malaga. I think one of the best deals I had with Wizz Air was I went to Malaga, £25 return. £25 return, not one way, £25 return. So that was £12.50 there and £12.50 back. That was a steal. And the cheapest airfare I have ever booked to this date is it was on trip.com. It was from Gatwick to Amsterdam. And have a guess how much it was. Have a guess how much my flight was to Amsterdam with EasyJet. It was a couple of years ago now, but I booked it. I'm from Brighton. I'm miles behind on these comments. Apologies, guys. Someone hit my car last week and the bloke said he would pay. So I got a price of 200 quid. He now says claim off his insurance, but if I do, am I right in saying my premium goes up? Well, if it's not your fault, your premium shouldn't go up, Steve H. If you're not at fault and he's at fault, it shouldn't affect you. No, Steve, not your fault, Roger says. So he's saying what I'm saying. So, my trips. You can check all your old. Bookings on the trip.com. It's quite good. Booking.com do it as well. So, let's see if I can find it. It was a couple of years ago now. Amsterdam. Here we go. £8.90. £8.90. Look at that. £8.90. £8.90 for a flight. That was in June 2024. £8.90 for a flight. I mean, that was ridiculous. So they do some bloody good deals on that trip.com. They do offers certain months, certain weeks. They have so many flights for a cheap price. So if you have a look at their deals, they tell you when they're coming up. Hello, Ruth. So you've got to have a look. I'm just trying to find when they got their deals on. So you can book hotels, flight and hotel, trains. You can book attractions, car rentals, deals. Here we go, deals. Right, I'm clicking on deals. So it's just trying to load up. So let's say Bangkok. Let's say I wanted to go to Bangkok. When you book holidays on trip.com, you get coins. So you earn coins for each trip you book, and these coins can be used to deduct the price, come off the price of your holidays. So, for example, I mean, I used up a lot of my coins last year to go to Edinburgh, and I didn't go to Edinburgh in the end. I cancelled it, so I lost about £40 worth of coins, and it would have worked out. I would have gone to Edinburgh for 20 quid there and back, but because I didn't go, I didn't get my coins back, and I lost them. So you got to make sure you're definitely going away, and you're not gonna not go. So sometimes you get free airport lounges. I had a free airport lounge on one holiday I booked on trip.com, and another one I had a free taxi. I had a free taxi from the airport to my destination in Benidorm. I'll never forget that. It said the taxi was included, and the taxi fare was worth about 120 quid, and it was in a seven seater Mercedes. What do you call them? MPVs. So to have that included in the price, I think it was like 400 quid the holiday for a week. And it was in this. It was in a dodgy block of flats in Benidorm. I think I did a video on it. Well, anyway, I got a free taxi, and it was nice to come out of the arrivals and a man with a board saying J Martin, and I was going, yes, that's me. And he's going, hello, come this way, sir. And Danny was with me, and it was like being a VIP. I'll tell you, it was amazing. I've never done that before. Go straight into a taxi from the airport. I've never done that before. And I suppose it was because it was free. I was like, I was going, oh yes, I'm gonna get a free taxi, and it was good. It was. The UK is running out of fuel. Yes, that's true. I did say that earlier. Red Dawson Ford. Flights won't be running this summer if these oil lockdowns come in. Yeah, I did say that earlier. So I'm miles behind on the comics. 10th of April is the date when oil goes crazy. Why is it going to go crazy on the 10th of oil, Red Dawson? Tell me, why is it the 10th of April? I better make a note of that. Right, everyone, you better go and fill your diesel cars up tomorrow then, before the 10th of April. I put 25 quid in last week. I've only driven about 30 miles so far, so I've got quite a bit of fuel, but I think I might get some more this week before the price jumps up more. And I've got another car, diesel, so do you know what? I don't know what it was. It was a bit of a fluke. I remember I was going to go to Liverpool to watch Brighton, and I decided not to go, and I put 50 quid in. And that was quite a while back now. I don't know if it was February or March. I think it was February. And that £50, I put £50, it lasted ages. I must have got 400 miles out of 50 quid. So I was quite pleased with that. And I think that's the first time I've done that in years, where I've put so much fuel in the car. You're just driving around, and it's like you're driving around for free. But obviously that Iran war started, and then the Iran war started, and then the prices leapt up, didn't they? Right, anyway, we was talking about trip.com. So here we go. Look, Thailand, Dongwang Hotel. £14 a night. £14 a night to stay in a hotel. I mean, come on, that's peanuts. £38, £14, £15. That's in Bangkok. Siam Palace Hotel, £15. And if you look at the prices, they're crossed out, so they're cheaper. So there you go. So you can get cheap hotels. Let's look at flights. Now, I was going to go to Bangkok this year in March, but I decided not to go in the end. And I saw a flight to Bangkok. You had to go to Norway, and then from Norway to Bangkok. So you had to get 2 flights. It was something like, I think it was £125 from Norway to Bangkok on Norse Airlines. And it was about 80 quid to go from Gatwick to Norway. And then roughly the same to come back. But then they was doing deals on return flights. So the prices vary. They keep going up and down, but they're probably going to go up more now as because of the oil prices. Um, so here we go. It says Ryanair Etihad Airways Stansted to Bangkok, £241, but you've got to stop twice. It's not a direct flight. So let's have a look. To go there, oh, it's sold out now. So there you go. They have limited flights, and when they're sold out, they're sold out. So let's say April the 20th. It says £264, Monday, April the 20th. So you it comes up there, all the prices, and you've got the different days at the top. So the price, you can see if it's cheaper to go the day before or a few days later. London Heathrow, Etihad, Thai Lion Air, 264 quid. That's not direct. You've got to stop. It takes 33 hours to get there. Oh my God. So you've got to go to Abu Dhabi, but that you might not be able to do at the moment. And then it says you go from Abu Dhabi to Krabi Town, and then it goes to DMK Bangkok, Don Muang International Terminal 2. You earn 105 trip coins. 200. I don't know if that's one way or return. Surely that. I don't know if that's return. It can't be. I'm not sure without looking more. But you can take one carry-on baggage and a checked baggage of 20 kilograms. Some you don't get no free checked baggage, just carry-on baggage. So the flights that aren't direct are cheaper, but the ones that are direct seem to be dearer. Direct, let's click on direct. So they were 264. Right, look at the price difference. Direct, Thai Airways, Eva Air, 11 hours, 11 and a half hours, £589, £625 to fly one way, or it might be return. That is a lot of money, isn't it? It's like quadruple the price. There's one here for 1,200 quid. 1,200 quid. 1,200 quid to go to Bangkok. I mean, flipping heck. That's ridiculous. So there you go. That's just an example. That's what I look for. You type in your destination, you type in your dates, and then it comes up all the different options where you can stay and the prices of the flight and the hotel all in. So Johnny, are you going to go to Rockley Park with Denise? Probably not, because I think she's going when I'm going away, so it won't work. The news are telling people that the last tanker comes the 10th of April. The 10th of April. What's the name of the tanker? How are you doing? Santiago Tojo. Hello. Hello, Santiago Tojo. Sorry if I'm a bit slow in the comments. That's one way. Better to Shanghai. Sorry. Have a look for Tenerife in December. Right. Okay, then let's have a look live from Jonnyvloggeruk headquarters. Let's see how much it costs to go to Tenerife in December. What dates was you going again, Steve? I've forgotten now. Was you going on the 8th? I can't remember what date you was going. Tell me the dates again then and I'll type it in. Right, I'll go on eDreams. No, I'll go on Love Holidays. We'll go on Love Holidays to start off with. Flights and accommodation included. So let's see what comes up. So you can book anything, you know, you can book a weekend trip, 3 days, 4 days, 5 days, 6 days, 7, 10 days, whatever, 2 weeks, a month. You're going on the 4th, 2 weeks, so that'd be to the 18th then, the 4th to the 18th. Is that right? Yeah, that's 14 days, isn't it? Right. So, right, we're typing Tenerife, Playa de las Americas. There you go. Playa de las Americas. Let's say I go from Gatwick. Just for now, we can change that to another airport in a minute. The date, December the 4th until the 18th. 2 weeks, 14 nights. 2 adults. The spring sale is now on, up to £650 off selected holidays. See, so they do good deals there. £600 off a holiday. Right, so I'm gonna do a search now. This is for 2 people. Right. Oh no, it's come up already. Right, so here we go. Pyramides. 2 people, 14 nights, self catering, flights included, £689. £689. That's each. That's not for both. Per person. 689. We've got Hotel Troya, 869. We've got the Columbus, 819. So the Pyramides is the cheapest so far, 689. 869, 819. We got Palm Beach, 889. Volcano, 1509. 1509. Jay, hello. Steve, Roxanne, hello. £1,500 to stay in the Volcano for 2 weeks, breakfast included, flights included. There you go, Steve H. Look, that's to staying at the Volcano. That's where you stayed the other year, wasn't it? There you go. Gara Suites, Las Americas. That's £709. Mediterranean Palace. Now I stayed here for £1,000 for a week, but this offer is only £1,389 for 2 weeks, breakfast included. There you go. Oh, it's a bit blurry. There you go. Can you see that? So that's not a bad deal. Am I going away again? I will be. I've got my new passport now. Sol Tenerife, 849, 849. Breakfast included. That's for 2 weeks. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. 425 quid a week. That's bloody good, that is. Gala, 939. H10 Las Palmeras, 1200. Then you start getting the expensive ones. Sir Anthony, 2,700. I don't think we'll be buying that. Barranco Apartments, that's in the Colombian Strip. 749. Tenerife Tez let me stay here one night when he was staying there. It's quite good there. You literally just walk out the door and you're in the Columbus Strip. It's amazing. It's near the Wakiki bar and all the other ones down the Columbus Strip. So Park Santiago free is £1,000 for 2 weeks. Catalonia, Oro Negro. See now, look, that's where I stayed last year. They're not including dinner. And it's £1,089, 69, £1,069 per person I booked that for £800 for 2 people, and it was all half board. So that's very expensive, isn't it? That's very, very expensive. Some all these are per person, Steve H. Yes. So there you go. That's looking on Love Holidays. So some of them are quite expensive, aren't they? Right. So now we'll forget that. Let's go on this other one. I go on this one called eDreams. I'm going to do exactly the same search, the same dates, and this company do a price for 2 people. And I bet you it's cheaper. I'm going to put money on it, right? I'll put a fiver on it that it's cheaper. Right. So Playa de las Americas destination, and then they got all these extra discounts. You click on all these extra discounts and it gives you extra prices off. Voucher applied. Right. So then we put the date in. So we say December the what did you say, Steve? The 4th to the 18th. So that's 2 weeks, 1 room, 2 guests. Search. So it's now searching. Right, the first one coming up is the Gara Suites, £1,200, and that's for 2 people. So that's 600. That's for 2 people. That's not per person. So it's been reduced from 1,800 down to 1,200. £600 off. I mean, that's a good deal. That is a bloody good deal. I'm not sure where that is though. Gara Suites Golf. Does anyone know where that is? Pyramides, 1,100 quid. What was the one I saw for 689? I didn't write it down. £1,000 Walla, Soul Tenerife 1,500. So you got half the price here. Columbus 1,400. So that's 700. Let's see if the Oro Negro. Wow, this is a crazy. It's literally. I'm not being funny. The price has doubled, but then you are going for 2 weeks, aren't you? So I've paid 800 for 1 week, so it's about 1,000 for 2 weeks then. So there you go, 1,900 for 2 weeks. Mind you, that's for 2 people, so you halve that, so it's about £1,000 each then. So that's 500 a week then. Breakfast included. The Golf Hotel is well out the way. Okay. Tigatan, 2,700. Well, that's expensive. Volcano, 2,600. That's dearer than the other one, Steve. Look at that, man. That's 2,600. That's ridiculous. So some of the hotels are better deals, and some of them are worse deals than the other one. So this is what I'm saying. You've got to look around. You can't just look on one site and go, yeah, there you go, we booked that. Unless you're not bothered, you've got to really shop around, haven't you? I mean, we could be here for hours. We could be here for hours looking for deals. That you've got to have a lot of patience and a lot of time to find good deals. Unfortunately, I'm a bit sad. Sometimes I'll spend all day and all night looking for a good deal. Sometimes you find a good deal, sometimes you don't find a good deal, and you have to look another day. But I've noticed what you've got to do though, if you're doing a fresh search, if I can talk properly, if you're doing a fresh search, make sure you clear your cache, your cookies, clear your cookie files on your phone or your computer or your cache files, because what it does every time you log in back on, it knows that you've checked before. It knows you've checked before, and what they do, they top the price up. And the airlines like EasyJet, oh man, they are terrible. The amount of times I saw a price for a flight, I didn't book it, I left it a few days, I went back on it, and the price had gone up. And it was like, you buggers, you know. It was cheaper 2 days ago, or like you could look like 2 hours later or an hour later, and the price has gone up. That's what they do. And then the only way you can find a cheaper deal with them is you have to leave it a week or two, and then look again, and then sometimes the price goes back down, or they'll bring a sale out. I think the thing that paid me off with one of the holidays I've booked recently is I woke up in the middle of the night and I started going on my phone looking for a flight to go to Tenerife, and it was 4 o'clock in the morning, and it said, I can't remember if it was £70 return, and I decided to book it at 4 in the morning, which is a bit crazy because I don't normally do that. I was having a funny moment, a spur of the moment. And now this is the funny thing. I went back to sleep. I woke up earlier. I woke up at 8 rather, not earlier. I woke up 4 hours later. I went back on the EasyJet website, and guess what happened? The bloody price went down because they suddenly had an EasyJet sale. But at 4 o'clock in the morning, there wasn't an EasyJet sale. And, oh man, I was fuming because instead of £70, it was something like, I don't know, it might have been £50 or £55 instead of 70. Yeah, all right, it's only £15 difference, but £15, sometimes £20, you know, it adds up. It, you know, that's like for a meal or something, or a few beers, isn't it? So, don't know why I want to drink that crap. It really is. It really is. You need a lot of patience, and you've got to keep looking around. Maybe you can even set up alerts where if the price goes down, I know some of them you can set alerts. So say like you saw a hotel and it was 500 quid or whatever, and you went, no, I don't want to pay that. I want to pay for 400 or 450. You can set up an alert, and then if the price goes down, it notifies you. It sends you a text. You'll get a message going, price has dropped. Price has dropped now. Book now. And then like you book now, you book then, and then you get it cheaper. That's the other option. But it's very easy to forget to do that and not do that. I tend to forget doing that, and sometimes I don't get those deals. So this mic's been going for ages, isn't it? Blimey. So we've been live an hour and 44 minutes. So after all that, I haven't booked anything, have I? What a wasted 2 hours, eh? Well, to be honest, I think it's too dodgy to book on a live holiday. I don't even know what I want to pay. I mean, I'd like to get the same deal I got last year, and looking at them prices that we just went through, there was nothing that came nowhere near it. So I'll have to do some more searching. So there you go. It just shows you. Sometimes you get maybe it's certain days of the weeks. Maybe in the morning you get better deals. I think in the evening, because more people are searching online in the evening, they put their prices up. They put their prices up. But if you go on early in the morning or like in the weekday when people are working, I think you get better deals. So that's just what I think. I might be totally wrong, but that's from experience, from what I've done. If you book in the daytime when people are at work, Monday to Friday, Go online in the daytime, and I guarantee you it'll be cheaper than in the evening. On the beach is good, yeah. On the beach, there's loads of them, isn't there? Lollipop, cheeky holidays. There's loads of them, isn't there? I must admit though, I've never booked with them companies yet. I don't know. Just last minute. Is it last minute holidays or something? You know, you get like last minute deals, can't you? You get these adverts come up on Facebook sometimes, but I find them a lot of them are a load of rubbish because they say, "Oh, go on holiday for £99 or £199," and then you click on it, and then when it comes to the bloody the crunch, the price, it's like £200 more. It's like rubbish. So a lot of these companies are misleading. They don't stick to the same price that you see at the beginning of the advert. It's like I saw one earlier to stay in the Aguilar in Los Cristianos, and it was on Jet2. It said from 349. From 349 it said, and I thought, oh, Aguilar, I know where that is. I wouldn't mind staying there. I've never stayed there. So I went on the Jet2 website. I clicked on the link. I typed in May, and was it 349? Like how was it? It was like 700 quid. So £700. So it wasn't 349. And I'm thinking, well, when is it 349 then? And I was looking, and I couldn't even find 349. It was basically like clickbait. It was basically to suck you in. It was to make you click on there, to go on their website, to have a look. You think you're going to get that price, and you couldn't get that price. So that's like a little trick that they do. I mean, sometimes they might do the deals, but I couldn't find the deal that I was looking for. So there you go. Have a look at Colina Mar Apartments in Gran Canaria. Edward, 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 what? Hatch, Tatch, Fatch. Hello, Edward. Uh, we could be here forever talking about holidays, couldn't we? It's starting to knacker me out now, all this. I've done nearly 2 hours of it now. I think my brain's about to blow up. I've had enough now. I feel like that Scanners film. Have you ever watched that Scanners film? It's quite an old film. And like, I can't remember if the bloke's head, he like goes, whoop, 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 and his head blows. I feel like that right now. Oh dear. My ill brother might join in this stream. Kid friendly. Very good hotel, that Colina Mar Apartments. What part of Gran Canaria is that in, Murray Hopkins? What part of Gran Canaria is that in? Is that in, is it in Portugal? No, not Portugal. What am I going on about? That's Tenerife. Bloody, I can't even think what it's called now. I'm finding it interesting. What you like this live, Steve? Is it okay? Well, if everyone thinks it's okay, I'll carry on and do a bit more. But if you're getting bored, then let me know, and I'll call it a night, because it's midnight. I'm gonna have to stop soon. Adult channel, Edward. It's an adult channel. Yeah, no kids on here, please. No kids. Not this time of night. No introduction needed. Questions. So has anyone got any questions on what I've said there? I haven't. That's a good suggestion. No introduction needed. Anyone got any questions they want to ask me about what I've said so far? Has it been interesting? Has it been useful? Has it been a load of rubbish? Keep going and find your bargain, Steve H says. Steve H wants me to book up now, don't you? I don't know if I can go for 2 weeks, Steve. Maybe a week. Maybe 10 days. I think I'll go in the middle. 10 days. There you go. 10 days. 10 days. I don't mind 10 days. I must admit, I would like to go for Christmas and New Year though, or if not one of them, maybe New Year's Eve. Go for New Year. That would be good because I have done that before. New Year's Eve in Tenerife. It was quite good. All the fireworks going off. In fact, I've been there twice. New Year's Eve. One year was in Los Gigantes with Kirsty and Sam. I know I've been with them twice on New Year's Eve. They was with me the last time I went there as well. Yeah. So yeah, I've been to New Year's Eve twice now in Tenerife, and like I say, one trip was over Los Gigantes way, and then another trip was over by Costa Rica, and yeah, they were both good. I don't think you'll beat the deal I got. Right, come on in. Tell me, Steve, what deal did you get then? Come on, tell me the deal, and I'll see if I can beat it. Come on then. Put me to the test. Put me to the test. How many poor people's houses are destroyed to build one university? I've no idea. To be honest, I haven't got a clue. But we're not really talking about that. We're talking about booking holidays online, whether it's in a few weeks' time, a month's time, 3 months' time, or in. So this mic's still working. Blimey, has it got a super duper battery in it or something? This one must have charged up now. The light's gone out. That's good then. I've got a backup one now. So if that one goes kaput, I can start using that one. So there you go. I've given that mic's done well, isn't it? It's been working for nearly 2 hours on one battery. That's not bad, is it? And I've got them on Temu. How long do the DJI ones last for? Who's got a DJI mic? How long does a DJI mic work for? Alex Presswitch, you're British. Hello. Come on then. What deal have you got, Steve H? Let me know, and I'll look it up then. I'll look up where you're going then. Come on. To be honest, I don't really care where I stay. I don't care if it's Laguna Part 2 or Port Royale or Beverly Hills Heights or what's that other one right up the top? I keep forgetting the bloody name. I should know the name. I've bloody been past it. Your membership is on hold, Netflix. Oh dear, Sky have cut me off. Sky have cut me off, the little buggers. I cancelled it. I'm not going on Sky anymore. Because they wanted the price was going to go up from £82 a month to 115, and I thought bugger that, so I cancelled it. And then they sent me a deal for 57 quid, which is not too bad, but I saw a deal cheaper, so that I might ring them up tomorrow and go, you got to do me a better deal. Do you think the revolution in the UK starts soon? What do you mean by the revolution? What's a revolution? A war? Riots? Some people in the north preparing for a civil war. Who with? What, the immigrants? Well, who knows? Hopefully that won't happen. You live in Coventry, Alex Presswitch. Right, so the price of oil. The price of oil is 109.57. So it was higher earlier. It was 111. It's gone down to 109. So It's still quite high, isn't it? The price of oil. And I don't know what gas is doing. Let's have a look at gas. Let's see what gas is doing. Hang on a minute. Gas. Gas. Gas has gone down. But whether the supplies are getting through is another thing, innit? So we don't know for sure. I mean, I think oil's just going to keep hanging around between 100 and 130 until the war finishes, isn't it? If it gets worse, the price will go up, won't it? So what are we talking about in here? We're talking about booking a holiday. Come on, Steve, I'm waiting for you to tell me what deal did you get then? The mission is, can I beat your deal? Can I beat your deal? If you don't tell me the deal, then how do I know if I can beat it or not? Come on, tell me. How to find cheap holidays, Barney. Find your bargain. Why has it suddenly dropped to 6 people? What have I done to make a load of people leave? Right. Right, okay then. I'll look for another holiday then. I'm gonna go on eDreams. I'm gonna go on eDreams and I'm only gonna book for the hotel for now. One person. I can always change it to 2 people, can't I? Right, so one person. You said the 18th. I probably wouldn't go till the 18th. So let's say the 4th to the 11th. No, 14th. The 4th to the 14th. So that's 10 days. 1 room, 1 guest. Right, I'm doing a search now. I'm doing a search. Gareth Suites. Well, we don't want to go to that. Right, Sol Tenerife, £1,000. So that's £100 a day then. I wouldn't pay that. 850. 850 Pyramides. La Siesta, 850. Walla Tenerife. Walla Tenerife, 763. Yeah, that's quite a good deal. Walla Tenerife. £77 a night. Columbus, 911. That's too much. Right, what do we get for £763? It says so it's in Las Americas. I can see it on the map here, but it doesn't bloody tell me exactly where it is. Go the 6th, Johnny. The 6th. What, the 6th to the 20th? No, it'd be the 6th to the 16th. Well, we can do that in a minute. We can compare the price in a minute. So Walla Tenerife, £763, free cancellation, choose room, breakfast not included for £760. That's ridiculous. 2-bed with pool view, 2-bed with city view. So you've got to pay £100 more to get a pool view. A sofa bed and 2 single beds is £1,000. So if 3 people went, you could split it 3 ways. So that would only be £333 each if 3 people went on that. You don't get breakfast. 1 sofa bed and 4 twin beds. 4 twin beds, £1,400. And a sofa bed. So that could be 9 people. 9 people for £1,400. So 9 people for £1,400. How much would that be? That would be peanuts. 2, 4, 6, 8, 1,000. That'd be less than £200. Is that right? 1,400 divided by 9. Let's work that out. 1,400 divided by 9 is £155. So there you go. 9 people could stay at the Waller for £155 each for 10 days. So that would cost you £15.50 a day. Now, is that a steal or what? That is a bargain, but you'd need 9 people. You need 9 people. You got to clone yourself another 8 times. No, I don't know. I don't know how you'd find 9 people. I think I would struggle to find 9 people. So, well, let's be more realistic. I mean, even if you didn't have 9 people, say you had 3 people, then 3 people. I've lost the plot now. Why has it got the Cleopatra on there? 1,400 quid. If 3 people went, what's that? 450. That'd be 470 quid. Say 470 quid. 475 quid is about 1,400, isn't it? And 30. Well, that's not bad though, is it? 400 quid for 10 days. That's only £47 a day, isn't it? Deborah Brooks, hello. Johnny, that's cheating. I'm comparing prices on room, not people. Yeah, but that's, you know, if you can get more people in, you get a better deal, don't you? So there you go. So the Weller Tenerife is 763 for 10 days for 1 person. Right, let's see how much it is for 2 people then. Because I've got to change the settings now. Right, so I'm going to change it to 2 people now. 2 people. Right, let's see what happens now. The computer is doing its search. It likes that Gara Sweets, doesn't it? It keeps coming up. Right, Pyramides, 852 pounds for 10 nights, 2 people. So that's 425 quid. 420. Well, let's write it down. I'll write this down. Pyramides, 852, 2 people. So that's about 425 each. I think this includes flights as well. Nah, it can't do. This must be hotels only. Hotels only. Well, we'll look up the flights or flights and hotel in a minute. 763. 763. So it's gone up. It's gone up another 70 quid for 2 people. 763. There you go. Waller Tenerife. 763. 763. 2 people. Right. 763. 2 people. So that's 380 quid. 380 quid each for 10 nights. That's not bad, is it? £38 a person. Seoul Tenerife 1,000, so that's 500. Columbus 1,000. It was 900 on the other one, wasn't it? So Love Holidays was cheaper on some of these other ones. Oronegro, 1,400 quid. 140 a night, so that's 70 a night. Breakfast included. Barranco 938. 938. So that would be South Catering then. 94 a night. Well, that's dearer then. Well, no, it's not. That would be £47, wouldn't it? £47 Barranco 938. Barranco. I'm going to write Barranco down. Barranco 938. 470. Say 475. No, 470. 470, two people. 470 each. This is for December. Hello, Wolfman. Hotel Best, 1500. So that'd be 750. H10s. The price is going up here. Volcano, they're expensive. Tigatan. Nah, bugger that. Show more. Park de las Americas. Park de las Americas. But they're quite expensive, aren't they? Because it's in December. But then they shouldn't be because it's the beginning of December. Maybe they've put the prices up because of the fuel crisis already. Maybe I've seen better deals than this before, so they're quite dear. So let's look at flights. Let's say a flight then. I want to get a flight. Right, EasyJet, Tenerife. We'll go on Jet2 and have a look. In fact, we'll forget that. We'll go on Skyscanner. Skyscanner's quicker, isn't it? London Gatwick, Tenerife South, December. All right, we'll say the 6th to the 16th. Return trip, 90 quid, it's saying on here. The cheapest flight is Jet2. Jet2, £91. EasyJet's £93. You go at 10 in the morning, get there at 2:45. That's probably a busy period. Going home at 3:45 in the afternoon, that will probably be absolute manic. I don't think I would get that flight. No chance. British Airways, 140. I think I'd rather go in the evening. £91. Here we go. 8 o'clock flight. Get there at 12. Go home at 7 in the evening. Get home at 11, half 11. £91. So flights is about 91 quid. That sounds quite expensive, to be honest. Should be able to get it for 70, really. Even £60. Considering we're talking about December here and it's only April, I mean, I'm surprised the prices are not cheaper. They must have put their prices up already. So that is expensive. Right, let's change the date. Let's say I don't go for 10 days. Let's say I went on the 4th, because that's on a Sunday. If you go in a week, it's cheaper. The 4th to the... sorry, we'll start again. The 4th to the 14th. Let's see if it's cheaper. Well, the Friday's the 4th, so that's no good. No, we'll have to change that. Oh, yeah, £84. It's gone down a little bit. £83. Jet2 are doing the cheapest flights at the moment. So there we go, 4th of December. It's on a Friday. Let's say the 2nd of December. On a Wednesday. 10 days, so that would be to the 12th. So here we go. The prices are going down now. You see, £74. £74 return. And it's Jet2 again. They're actually undercutting EasyJet. I can't believe they're beating EasyJet. So Jet2 are doing some good deals here. So maybe you could get a good deal. Oh, here we go. £69. I'm getting it even cheaper now. You go out on Jet2 and come back on EasyJet. £69. £69. So there you go. That's more like it. £69. £69. That's 35 quid. 34.50 each way. That's the sort of price I like to pay to go to Tenerife. 69, 70 quid. There you go. 69. That's on the 2nd to the 12th of December. £69. So there you go. That's a very good deal. That is the best deal at the moment. £69. So I will see if I can beat that price when I look around more in the week. £69. That's from Gatwick. If you went from Luton, it might be even cheaper. Let's see if it's cheaper from Luton. Right, I'm going to do another search now. I'm going to do another search, guys. Because Gatwick sometimes is dearer. So let's say London Luton to Tenerife, 2nd of December to the 12th. Let's see if it's cheaper. Right, it's doing a search now. Luton Airport. And it's dearer. It's £90, £84. So it's cheaper to go from Gatwick. So Gatwick is the best deal then at £69. So there you go. So that if I wanted to go on them dates, I would book that flight. I would book that £69 flight return because that's a good price. And then the next thing I would do, I'd go, right, I want to book a holiday. I want to book a hotel. So I'm going to go on Love Holidays again now. And I'm going to change my search that I did earlier. We'll edit it. So instead of 2 weeks, 10 nights, 10 nights, 10 nights, and don't go on a Friday because it's dearer. So we go a couple of days before. We go on the Wednesday, the 2nd. The 2nd for 10 nights, 2 people. I think it's doing flights and hotels now, though. I might have to. Oh, yeah, just flights included. Blimey. Here we go. £500. £500, 10 nights, flights included and hotel. There you go. So if you said the flight was 35 quid, you're getting that for about 475 quid that holiday. 510 with the flights per person. There you go. That's at Le Pyramids. £509. Pyramids. Let's write that down. Pyramids. Pyramides. £509, including flights. Troya 699, Columbus 609. So Le Pyramides, you get it's self catering only. Well, I'm not worried about that. Palm Beach 669, Volcano 1100, 529 Gara Suites. Gara Suites 529. So that's dearer than the Pyramides, but you get breakfast. So there you go, Gara Suites, 529 with breakfast. Breakfast and flights. So that's quite a good deal because I mean, if you say a tenner a day for breakfast, 10 nights, that would be 100 quid, wouldn't it? So that would cost you 600 if you stayed at the Pyramides and going out every day having breakfast, a tenner. Whereas if you stayed at that one, it's 529. 529, breakfast included, so that'll save you 70 quid. So there you go. See, straight away I've found a better deal. EasyJet beat Jet2 by 700. What about TUI? I know I haven't even looked on TUI yet. I could look on TUI, yeah. We could have a look on TUI, yeah. We can't say TUI are no good. Here we go. Now this is a good deal. Mediterranean Palace. I've stayed here before. I love this hotel. £1,019 for 10 nights. Now, when I went there before, I only stayed 7 nights. So I'm getting another 3 nights for £1,000. The same price as what I booked a year ago. And that includes flights. And it's breakfast included. 500 quid. So that's cheaper. That's cheaper than the Pyramides and the, what was it? The Gara Suites. So £500 to stay at the Mediterranean each for 2 people. That's a bloody deal. That's the best deal of the evening. Mediterranean Palace, here we go. £509. 1,019, 2 people. Flights included, breakfast included. Flights and breakfast. There you go. I'm putting a circle around it. So there you go. That is the best deal. That's the best deal I've found so far. Try ringing the hotel direct. Yeah, you could get a discount. If you know the flights are 70 quid. If you can get that for 800 or something, 850, then that would be cheaper to go direct with the hotel, not booking it on there. Because what you got to think is this company are getting a commission. They're getting a commission out of that. So can you bypass? Can you get that cheaper by going direct to the hotel? You probably could. I'm sure you could. So Sol Tenerife is 629. That is dearer. I mean, why would you stay at the Sol Tenerife for 629 when you can stay at the Mediterranean for 500? I know what I would. That's not right. That's a no-brainer. 500 quid to stay at a 5-star hotel. Whereas the Sol Tenerife, where I reckon it's a 4-star, but that's right. That's by Veronica's. I wouldn't want to stay by Veronica's. You wouldn't get no sleep. There's no way you wouldn't get any sleep. Barranco is 549. See what I mean? Barranco's even dearer. That is ridiculous. Even the Oronegro's dearer. Bloody hell. Cleopatra. So that's next door to the That is dear as well. It's 900 quid. It's not. Am I seeing things? I need to double check this. I must be going to do Lily. Now, I must have made a mistake. Hang on. Let's have another look. Oh, no. I've got it wrong. I fucked up, guys. I knew I fucked up. It's £1,000 per person. It's not 500. Oh dear, I knew I got it. I knew it was too good to be true. I got fucked up there, guys. It says 1,000 per person. There's me halving the price thinking it's 500. I thought that wasn't right. No. So there you go. I got a bit excited there. I got a bit carried away. I was in dreamland there. Oh dear, you got to laugh. That is funny. Right. Well, there you go. I was searching too hard, and I misunderstood. So So it's 1,019 on there. All right, then I'll go on eDreams. Right, I'm going to go on eDreams now because I know these prices are for 2 people. So Pyramides is let's change the dates. I'm going to change the dates. I'm going to start again. Right, I'm going to go the 2nd of December because that seems to be the best day. So this is for 2 people. It's not per person. I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to do flights and hotel. We'll start again. Right, flights and hotel, yeah? If it lets me do it. Right, flights and hotel. So this is both now. December the 2nd to the 12th. 2 people. London Gatwick. Right, here we go. Right, here we go. The computer's doing the searching. It's buffing. It's thinking about it. It's Johnny Vlogger. It's Johnny Vlogger. Shall we do him a good deal or shall we rip him off? Yeah, that's what you reckon, guys. Right, here we go then. Hotel Porto Palace, wherever that is. Never heard of it. Where the bloody hell is that? GF Fanaby. GF Fanaby. Now, I saw some woman that went there or something, and she said stuff's broken, the staff are rude. Don't know if that's a good place. GF Fanaby. Where's GF Fanaby? Oh my god. Oh, it's saying per person on here. Flight and hotel per person. Right. So Laguna Part 2, which is the one up Cardiac Hill, is £337. £337, Laguna Part 2. FGF Fanaby is 634. Porto Palace. Where the hell is Porto Palace? I've never heard of this hotel. It's probably right up the north or something. Whatever happens, Steve, make sure he doesn't end up in Benidorm, Tenerife, or sunny days. Lucy Sell, hello. Hello, Deborah. Are you still there? Show on the map. I don't know where this Porto Palace is. Hang on. I'm just going to click on the map now. Right, I'm zooming out on the map. It's in the north. I thought it was. No, we don't want to go to Porto de la Cruz. Bugger that. So, yeah. Right, so we got 337. 337. Santa Barbara. That's probably in Sur de Golf. Golf de Sur. Malibu Park. I've heard of that. That's 400. Sol Tenerife 500. We could go to the Hard Rock Hotel. That's 800. That would be nice. The Hard Rock Hotel, 800 quid. That's not bad. In fact, I might write that down. Hard Rock Hotel. I know it's not in Las Americas, but it's still a nice hotel. I've been inside that one. £808 per person. But you get breakfast, and that is a 5-star hotel, and that includes flights. That includes flights, breakfast. Probably doesn't include transfers though. I bet you have to pay that separate. Gara Suites. Now we saw this one earlier, didn't we? Gara Suites. It's coming up £500. It was 529 on the other one. Gara Suites. Gara Suites. Maybe I'll go to this one. Gara Suites. I'm not sure where it is though. Let's have a look on the map. Right, I'm looking on the map now. Gara Suites. I got a feeling that's where I went on the coach that time. So it's near Siam Park. It's across the other side of the motorway. I think, yeah, it goes to a dead end and comes back again. Yeah, so I went here on the coach. I remember it stopping there. There was 2 hotels there. So that's I don't know. I don't know how the hell would you get to Las Americas from there then? Oh, here we go. Playa de Las Americas. I'd imagine there's a pathway or something that goes down to can't quite picture where it is, but it's a bit tucked out the way, isn't it? Try further away from Los Cristianos and Americas, might be cheaper, and you get to see other places. Hello, seagulls. So what was this place called? Gara Sweets. Gara Sweets. Gara Sweets. 500 quid. Gara Sweets. God. Well, I don't know. I need to check up on that place. I don't know if it's any good or not. I've never heard of it, but it's coming up a lot on tonight's searches. It's not in Gulf d'Issou, it's in Las Americas. It says you get a spa as well. So that's 500. Fly from Southend Airport. That's quite a long way from me, Southend. Maybe I could do a search though, how much it is to park a car there for a week. It might be peanuts, mightn't it? Paradise Park, 650. Paraiso del Sol. Now, I have been here, Paraiso del Sol, and this is quite cheap. It's coming up, £329. £329. Paraiso del Sol. Here we go. It might be a 2-star, but for a 2-star, you're getting you get your room. You've got swimming pools there. They've got a little pool bar. They've got a reception. I think you can eat there if you want to, but you don't really need to. You just walk out the door and they've got Miami Caf literally a minute up the road. So you got a supermarket there on the corner. So you can get your bits there. You can have your breakfast at Miami Caf every day. If you walk down to Palm Beach, you got a Chinese on the left. There's a pizza on the left. Monkey Club at the bottom. You got the corner bar. Then you've got all the front, all the restaurants, all the bars and that all along the front there. You got the Irish bars and all that. So that's a good deal. Bloody hell, that is a good deal. That one normally gets booked up quite quickly with Germans. I get a lot of Germans go to that one. Paraiso del Sol. They have a security guard going around at night, so that's quite safe there. 329, and that includes flights. Wow, that includes flights as well. That is a bloody bargain. Up a giant hill, Steve H says. Gara Sweets. Yeah, I don't like the look of that one. I like this one, Paraiso del Sol. It's only 329. 329.55. There you go, 329.55 with flights. You can't knock that, can you? In fact, I don't even think I want to search anymore. That is such a good price. I think I might snap that up now. Well, I might put a deposit down on it. So there you go. I found a bargain. I've been looking a couple of hours, chatting and that to you guys on a live, and I've found a deal. That is, I've been there before. I was very happy with it there. It's in Las Americas. It's Central Tenerife. You can't really knock that, and it's half the price of a lot of the others, so it's 200 cheaper. And I've been there, and there's nothing wrong with the place. So I highly recommend that place. It will sell out. It won't be it won't be around for long, that one, I'm telling you. And that is cheaper than Laguna Park 2 as well. Laguna Park 2 was 337. 337. So how much was that one? Oh, it's £8 cheaper. It's £8 cheaper, but it's not up a big hill, and it's in Las Americas. It's got more thumbs. It's got more thumbs up, that one, than Laguna Park 2 any day. And it's got the flights included. The flights included as well. That is unbelievable. That is a steal. That is a steal. That is the bargain of the day. There you go. So there you go. I might book that up. Paraiso del Sol and Paradero Apartamentos. But you just call it Paraiso del Sol Apartamentos, and it comes up. I've done a video on it. If you look on my channel, look up Paraiso del Sol Jonnyvloggeruk, and the video will come up, and it'll show you when I stayed there. It is a bit. It looks a bit outdated, the room, when you go in it, but it doesn't matter. You know, there was no cockroaches. It did the job. The maids come in and clean it every day. So, you can't really moan for the price. So, I'm happy with that. Why don't you just book flights and look at hotels later on? Well, I would, Tony, but that's including flights. Right, what I'm going to do, I'm going to click on it. I'm not going to book it yet. I'm going to have a look at the flights now. Let's see what flights it gives me. So that's with a balcony. You can get a studio, 348. Right, let's see. Perfect. March the 7th, 2026, someone's put here. Don't expect 5-star, but for the price it is very good. Friendly staff, very clean, fine rooms. We would love to come more. Right. The pizza next door is one of the best. Yeah, that's down the road. Yeah. So there you go. So I'm going to see what flights you get now. Ah, here we go. There's a bloody catch. I knew it. There's a catch. It's saying Stansted, Ryanair. Ryanair, Stansted. Fuck that. Right, I don't want to go Stansted. They're all Ryanair flights. Oh, hang on a minute. We've got a Jet 2 here. Jet 2. An extra £2. Jet 2. Well, no, we need 2 Jet 2s. How much is it for 2 Jet 2s? Or an EasyJet? Hang on a minute. I'm looking for Gatwick. Oh, here we go. Right, so for an extra £7.50, I can go on Jet 2. There you go, £7.52. So that would cost me 326, no, 336, £337 going on Jet 2, and then it's 10 o'clock flight, 2:45 you get there. You do go home early though, at 10 to 2 in the afternoon, unless you want to go on another one where you go home later, but then you got to start paying more. Unless you book it separate. Maybe you could book it separate and book the flights that I saw, Jet 2 for £69. Because we know the flights are £69. It's not coming up at the moment. I don't think I will book it now. I'll put it on hold, but there you go. £329 or £337. Is it near Hotel Troyer? Hotel Troyer. It's not near Hotel Troyer. Well, it's not that far. Hang on, Troyer. I'm getting confused. It's near the Siesta. It's not far from the Siesta. Palm Beach. You know Palm Beach. Palm Beach, Steve H. Palm Beach. It's near the Oro Negro, actually. If you come out the Oro Negro and you turn left and go down the hill to the roundabout, it's like a little dip and then it goes back up, doesn't it? You go down to the dip where the roundabout is and then you walk up. There's a supermarket, Miami Caf on the right. And then you turn left at the supermarket on the corner, the Dial Pre or the Mercadona, whatever it is. You walk down and it's on the left, the Paraiso del Sol. And then if you walk right to the bottom, it's Palm Beach. And you're on the seafront by the Monkey Club. So that's where Paraiso del Sol is, if you want to know. So I'm not going to book it right now. Now my luck, it'll probably sell out tomorrow. But I might consider booking that, but I don't know. I'm going to have another little look more. Like I say, I don't like rushing into it. It's very tempting to book it now, but I think I'm going to put it on hold for now. But I've written it down. So there you go. I shall have another look tomorrow. If I don't book anything tomorrow, I'll leave it until another week, and then I'll book up. So that's not bad. That's not bad for the price. That's quite good, actually. So there you go. So we've been live for blimmin' ages, 2 hours, 40 minutes. It's 1:45 in the morning. I think I'm going to call it a night, guys, because I need to get up early in the morning. I've been getting up late the last few days. I've been very lazy with the Easter holidays, and I don't like wake up until get out the door until midday. So I need to go to bed so I can get up earlier and get out. I've got a few things to do tomorrow, so there you go. I showed you, there you go. I showed you live. I showed you what I found. We went through quite a lot of hotels there. The prices do vary. You know, you find one deal and then you find, the more you search, you end up finding better deals. Tony just looked on EasyJet back to Gatwick on December the 15th is only 27 quid. Okay. Is that just being a single one-way flight, is it? Okay, that's good, Tony. I'll write that down. Thanks for letting me know that. Because yeah, that's the other trick when you book flights. Sometimes don't book a return flight. Book 2 separate one-way flights, and the days might have to be odd. Like you stay there 6 days instead of 7, or you stay there 8 days instead of 7. Or like 9 days instead of 10, things like that. You can do that with hotels, they don't mind. And or even if you stayed 11 days or whatever, or if it's a week 6 or 8 days or whatever, you know, you can get deals. So that's another tip I forgot to mention. So thanks for mentioning that, Tony. There you go. Yeah, if you sometimes book flights separate, like do 2 separate one-way flights, you know, it doesn't have to be the same airline. You can go out on one airline and come back on another one, and you know, you could get some good deals. And because it's 8 months away, there'd be thousands of flights available at the moment. So thousands of seats available. So even if they do bloody cancel a load of flights because of the Iran war shit, I'm sure they won't cancel them ones in December at the moment because they're months ahead. Always Tenerife, same old. No, it's not all Tenerife. I did say I'm going to go to a few other places, but I do want to go to Tenerife in December. So there you go. There's nothing wrong with me going to Tenerife in December. So there you go. Johnny, what was your price and date? So the date I looked up was the 2nd of December until the 12th. So that's 10 days. And it was £329, 55 pence. And that was on eDreams. You could type it in on Love Holidays. You could type it on all the other ones, Cheeky Holidays, Lollipop, and lastminute.com or whatever. There's hundreds and hundreds of places to search. Maybe trip.com. Trip.com might do it cheaper. Love Holidays might do it. I don't know. You've got to have a look. But eDreams, they tend to look at holidays, hotels on the lower end of the market, not the upper. If you want 5-star and that, then obviously I don't recommend eDreams. But they was doing a deal on that Mediterranean, weren't they? But it was £1,000. But for £1,000 for 10 nights is better than 7 nights. So, you know, if you think it's £100 a night in a 5-star and you're getting well, 10 nights is £1,000. I paid £1,000 a couple of years ago for 7 nights. So in a way I got done. So if you book that deal that I saw earlier, you're getting 3 extra nights for the same price. So, you know, if you want a nice top quality hotel, that's a bloody good deal as well. But there you go. So I'm not going to talk anymore. It's nearly 1 in the morning. I'm tired now. I'm exhausted. I'm mentally knackered. Hello, Aaron Terran. Aaron Tedham, rather. How are you doing, Aaron? Are you good? Where did I find it? I found it on eDreams. But with eDreams, there is a catch. There is a catch. And you're going to go, oh, no, what's the catch? The catch is that on eDreams, you have to pay an annual subscription to be a member. But if you haggle with them, you might get the first year free, or it might only be like 20 quid or something. But after a year, they say it's £100. But I argued with them when it ran out. I think it ran out in November or something last year, and I got it for 40 quid. So the way I look at it is, I pay £40. A lot of the hotels and that deals are cheaper than the other ones I look at. And if I'm paying £40 over a year, and if I went on 4 holidays in a year, and they were all good deals, I'm not going to quibble paying £40 subscription for a company to find me good deals. Do you know what I mean? And say like you travelled on 10 trips abroad in a year, you're not going to quibble at paying £40, are you? Because that company is doing your deals anyway. So there you go. How many people for the deal? Because I know you cheat. That was for 2 people. That was for 2 people, Steve H. Definitely 2 people, and that included flights. That's not just the accommodation. How much are the flights if you went on Jet2 or EasyJet separately? Well, you'd have to check on the... I did check on Jet2. Return is 70 quid, £69. EasyJet was dearer at the moment, but prices do fluctuate each month. So they might go down. They might do another sale. They could do a summer sale. I notice they do a lot of end of month sales now, don't they? EasyJet, they do payday sale. So like you wait till payday, you go on their website and they do deals for payday, and you know, you can book up the whole holiday with EasyJet, or you can just book the flights or just book hotels. It's up to you what you want to do. London Southend Airport is okay, but it's quite a long way from me, and I think Southend Airport would be like Stansted. I think I'd have a lot of trouble getting there. So um, I think I would give that a. To me, that's a no-no. You know, I've got Gatwick up the road. It's only half an hour on a train or 40 minutes on a coach. I can get a coach for £6 to £9. Even FlexiBus are doing it 4.50 now. They'll probably put their prices up soon, but you know, I ain't going to quibble at paying that. It's cheaper than a train. And I've been going on National Express, and I think their service is brilliant. So I can't knock National Express. They're very good coach company, very good. Ryanair, yeah. If I can get a cheap train ticket, if I can get a cheap train ticket from Brighton to Luton for like 15 quid each way, I'll be more than happy to book a flight from Luton Airport. Luton Airport is the same sort of distance as Stansted, but I can't get a direct. There's no direct train from Brighton to Stansted. You've got to change, and I've been there and done it, and it's hassle. I came back. I got two coaches there, National Express to Stansted, and it was a nightmare. It took forever. I came back at night time on a flight. I got a train from Stansted to London Liverpool Street, and then when I got to London Liverpool Street, everything shut down. All the trains stopped. The underground stopped. I was stranded in London at like 1 a.m, and I was like fuming. And I had to get two buses to Victoria coach station, and the coach didn't go to Brighton until 3:30 a.m. And then when I did get on the coach at 3:30, it went the long way. Instead of going to Brighton, it decided to go the long way. It went to Heathrow, and then it messed around all going around Heathrow, and then it went all down the M25. You had to go through London, then Heathrow, and oh mate, it just took forever and ever and ever. And there's all these roadworks going on in the middle of the night, all these diversions. I didn't get into Brighton until 6:30 a.m. I was absolutely shattered, and I tell you, I didn't sleep at all that night. I was effing fuming, you know. And I thought, never again am I going to Stansted Airport, never again. If I live next to Stansted Airport, yeah, I'd go there, but I live in Brighton, so there's no way would I go to Stansted Airport. Absolute disaster. Not for me. So there you go. Yeah, if you live in London, you just go to London Liverpool Street, jump on the Stansted Express, and yeah, you're there in no time. Or you can get a coach from Victoria, but the train is the quickest way to Stansted, definitely. But like I say, I don't live in London, so I mean, the other way I could have done it, I suppose. The other way I could get to Stansted is I get a train from Brighton to London. That would be quicker, and then go on the underground and to London Liverpool Street, and then get the express to Stansted. That is another option of getting to Stansted, but you'd have to do that. You'd have to do that in the daytime, like the morning, afternoon, and evening. If you after 10 o'clock, if you want to get to Brighton, you're risking it. You know, you might not get back to Brighton. So if I landed at Stansted at 6 o'clock and I got the train to London Liverpool Street, I'd be laughing because I'd get there, say 7, wouldn't I? And then I've got trains running for probably another 5-6 hours, so I wouldn't have to panic then. I could probably try that sometime, but that'd have to be I'd have to experiment on that and try it out on a trip I'll do another time. Johnny, you still haven't beaten my deal. You reckon you got a better deal, do you? Well, come on then. Show me the deal then. What have you got then? You still haven't told me all night. So my deal is £337. If you doubled that for two people, it's £674. So £674 is for two people in December, Tenerife. Flights, hotel. So come on then, what deal have you got? Come on then. Noel Phillips flew to Mallorca for lunch. Would you ever do it? No, that's insanity. I wouldn't do that. No. Some people go on a trip in the morning, they go for a day trip and they come back in the evening. I wouldn't even do that. I just think that's madness. Crazy. Your room is costing £65 a night. Have I got any bags? Probably not. No. That's just that's an underseat bag. There you go. But no, hang on a minute. If I went on the Jet 2, that's wrong. If I went on the Jet 2, if I go on Jet 2, I can take two bags. I can take an underseat bag and a cabin bag, possibly a check-in bag included in the price. But I'd have to double. I know you can definitely take two on the plane, so that would be included. Maybe the hold would be dearer, but I'm sure it wouldn't be much more on a Jet 2 flight. But we could look into that. We could do some research, some investigation. You got bags and reserved seats, $42.85 a night. So have you booked a Jet 2 holiday then, Steve H? Was it a Jet 2 holiday? See, I haven't been on Jet 2's holiday website yet. I have got the Jet 2 app here. I do have the Jet 2 I do have the Jet 2 app here, so I could look it up. I'm not going to do it now though because it's getting late. But I'll have a look tomorrow or in the next few days, and I'll see if I can get a deal. Right. Well, I'm going to end it now, guys. We've been live almost 3 hours. It's just gone 1 a.m. I'm very tired. So there you go. That was showing you of all the how I look for a holiday, how I find a deal, and I did find a deal. And yeah, subscribe, Lucy Seal. That would be much appreciated. Hit the thumbs up. That's it. Come back another day and have a chat. So no airline sells flights for £5 to the Canary Islands apart from Ryanair. You reckon you can get a flight to the Canaries for £5? Are you sure? Surely £12.99 is probably the cheapest, isn't it? £12.99. I've never seen a Ryanair flight for £5. I don't know where you're getting that information from, or from what airport is that from. It's certainly, you wouldn't get. Well, they don't go from Gatwick to the Canaries, Ryanair, so that's out of the question. So it'd have to be Luton or Stansted for probably to get a cheap deal. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this live. It was quite interesting, wasn't it? We sort of did a lot of research there, and yeah. But the thing is, Lucy Cell, airlines do cheap flights. Like I got one to Amsterdam for £8.29 one way. But to come back from Amsterdam to Gatwick was a lot dearer. So you don't always get the same deal both ways. It's normally one way you get a deal, and another way coming back the other way is dearer. If you can get the same price each way, then obviously that's a bargain. But I have never seen flights for £5 or £3.99. I think those prices are like probably 10 years ago. Not now. I've never seen flights that the cheapest deal I got, like I said, was £8. I got an £8 flight 2 years ago on EasyJet to Amsterdam, but I did a triangle flight. I went Amsterdam, and then I went Amsterdam to Dublin, and that cost me 56 quid. And then from Dublin to Gatwick was 12 quid. So 56 and 12 quid is £68. So I got done really, didn't I? Going from Amsterdam to Dublin back to Gatwick. I got done, and I shouldn't have gone to Dublin. I made a massive mistake because the flight landed late, and the hotel I booked, they wouldn't let me in, and I had to sleep rough at the airport in the end, and I was fuming. And I've learnt my lesson there. If you go to Dublin, make sure you get a flight that lands about 7 in the evening, the latest, 7, 8 o'clock. You know, you want to get to your hotel and get checked in and go out and enjoy yourself. Not get there at bloody 11 o'clock like I did. Half 11 I got to the hotel and they wouldn't let me in. I was flipping fuming. I was banging the door, ringing them up. I left them a message, I left them an email, and I said I'm going to be late. And they never replied to me. They blanked me, and I was absolutely effing fuming. You know, it'd been a long day, and then when I didn't get no sleep that night, and I was sleeping rough in the airport, and my flight wasn't until 6:30 the next day, half hour. I've never been so bored in my life. So I'm knackered. Never again. Never again. Anyway, I'm going to go to sleep because otherwise I'll end up talking all night and then I'll be knackered tomorrow. So I'll go to bed now. I hope you enjoyed the live. I hope you learnt some tips and advice. Yeah, it was terrible, Steve. Nothing against Dublin. It was just me. Bad planning. Bad planning. I learnt the hard way on that one. But I've learnt from my mistakes, and if I went there, Dublin, I will go there again. I'll make sure I just go direct from Gatwick next time, and you can get cheap flights with Ryanair from Gatwick to Dublin, and they're quite frequent, so I will do that next time. Anyway, that's it now. No more. I'm done. Thank you very much for watching. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you're new. Thanks for all the regulars coming on here. And we will have another discussion about booking holidays another time. And I'll give you an update. I'll tell you if I did book this date, but I might not book it yet, so I'll let you know. Right, bye for now then. Good night, everyone. Take care. Have a good week. Bye bye. Bye bye.